Today, na the 11th day of July 2023. The APC still they tawase, then they abstain, then they keep off, then they stay off the governance. Well, we go say the 6th parliament, then send another mix. Because waiting do, then get beaucoup thing where they don't cry for against ECSL, and it look like say nobody not hear them. So because of that, until their demands are met, they know the mix. That's what they say. But we can play an audio who say Honorable IB Kargbo, they talk. I don't know. APC they look for somebody who for really come in and step and salvage this situation. Yes. I don't know that person they get for B. But for real, then they look for person who for come in. Because who say we dey now? Set fire business. Look one for happen. Waiting at the set fire. Today, Honorable Parliamentary, when at the clerk of parliament, we did 98.1. So questions were asked about elected MPs them where no go day one for the sitting. So now they able explain to we waiting a contractual MP and terminal MP. It say if you serve for the 5 years complete, only ketekemu, only benefits there. Where you remember that benefits you go enjoy. It say but if they won, that's how then they take the oath of office, you no go. Mba. It say they go call you contractual MP. That means say the benefits that ketekemu, that thing, that ladida, you go different. Yes, you go different. If you choose on day one, first sitting, no stand and day, not just next to my first day, the 13th day of July. If you say you know mix, you know they put on this that's it fire. Yeah, because you either work by the political party or you work by parliament. What to make us say na set fire? So they ask honorable parents say, well, what if it be to say, okay, APC don't say the members there not for goodie. Then this member tower in go. Not to I not say honorable tower. This member in pin. He say he no mix. With all the benefits of them, we don't pass the last day. Now in the can miss, he saying they go. Well, what if the party say na anti-party activity? They want for puller. He say no, then they below. He say the person go be protected by parliament. Yeah? Or you know that party day. Well, if you know you don't, we don't tell you now. For say, if an MP say what the APC say in our mix, in the go, he go take the oath that they was in name it on the day. Then APC say you. You know you will talk say all man for signing not for go yonder. What you go do there? Well, na anti-party activity. Would they pull you na parliament to put other person? The clerk say, APC no go able. Okay, I not say APC. But me they tell you now say is one kind way APC not go able. Because now APC now they say then they abstain. Now two great party they now in parliament. If you not APC, now SLPP. If you not SLPP, now APC. Because then chief then you boy sabu side then they. You don't subside the chief lady. You safe. So this net, I begin worker us to the MP the way they elect. And you also go meet and they make meeting. And they pass don't say, that's scuba. Parliament go able for guide we let no pull we. So true, if we no go, all our goodies, when they don't pass the last thing, we no go able to enjoy. Now so I just mean then they make meeting. Family after family, so man no one calling them. So man become meet in family they tell us say, brother never go. Brother go. You know you talk say they not able to do that thing. You know hey. Well, if you want forget, you just remember no more. That Kono MP, they calling name. We see for CB the tower for pull and come out. We be get the covering. It be get the covering of the speaker. See if I see na able pull and come out you. Say now we don't go declare now for SLPP. So, Honorable Abdul Kargbo asks a question. Say, dear Musa, they ask Paramba for say, where he can't see there, they can't talk say, how MP will not do that benefits, you know, go get them. Well, what team happen 2018? You remember 2018, He said 2018 APC be work out. But why make APC be get all the benefits that trendy? You go carry everything honorable parency. You go carry what is say. But to go I meet them. All the music right now. Then they I said that word way honorable parent talk this morning. It don't cause kuskas. Yes. That's a tell man if you mistake go yonder. You go the number. It's parents say then they cover we. He said the parliament they cover we. Now for let we go no more. So the anti-party activity, it don't they come on at the books or now by events. Now by events. Okay, wait. Now wait, they all see again now. You get all thing, yeah? Now check all the one way JFK don't the throw today. It look like say we waiting honorable parent talk. You go carry here. How are you? They all today. Now JFK say Parliament without APC na kalo for governance. For instance, for make them go say then debate as parliamentary and them we covered by section 98 of the Constitution. Other side them for day pada debates day. You get the ruling side, you get the opposing side. You say other side them for day pada debates day. He say government not they go debate with himself. So without the APC, debates not get for day in parliament. So government suppose for engage. That's wetin JFK talk. After I don't listen to wetin Paran be dey talk today. The SLPP, for me then they talk to themselves in parliament. Na soliloquy. Now we call them. Na JFK they talk. He say, but well, if we then talk with the paramount chief them, that one day we go call her dialogue. Eh? He said then 2 tier talk soliloquy, dialogue, soliloquy. He said now they talk to themselves. Dialogue now they engage with Suda, the paramount chief them. Then 2 then they not to debate. Where you go say then suppose for do as parliamentary proceedings. That's what JFK say. So APC the thing to say. There's things strong in outside and team up by this one. They're still strong there. Thinking to say the government go lose. Then go see in one kind way, like for say, na one party state, not to democracy. Alright. Well, look out first. Honorable IB Kargbo. He talk. He call former President Koroma in namely. APC want help. But who da go render this help now? Eh? Who da go come in we go say, you know what, okay, let's do this, let's do A, B, and C. Who that? Hi. But now listen now. Yeah? Now listen, waiting. Honorable Abu Kargbo, they talk like so. Say they talk to the media, yeah?
Who are citizens of this country, it is very, very worrisome. We are aware of the fact that many of the countries that are in a state of crisis at the moment in Africa are countries which had electoral problems. And those
until they talk about plenty country them we get crisis then now due to election monyo.
Electoral problems exploded into crisis, and therefore in some countries you now have civil wars as a result of the outcome of elections. We really do not want that kind of a thing to happen in this country. Some of you remember that when I convened a press conference deliberately before the elections, it was to plead with the society, it was to plead with journalists and people in Sierra Leone for us to avoid irregularities at elections. We also wanted to preach to the public about the need for us to promote safe and acceptable elections. Non-violence elections. But for some reason or the other, we simply have not succeeded in convincing the institutions that are in charge of elections to promote the whole concept of good governance. Remember, I listed down the state institutions that are very pivotal to proper elections. We said that the Electoral Commission itself should be seen as a very paramount entity to make sure that there is no crisis as a result of the outcome of an election. We noted it at Bintumani. And we also said that the police force should promote good governance and should set good examples. We also mentioned other institutions. But my greatest concern is that even though at the moment we see quite a number of civil societies preaching peace, reconciliation, etc., etc., these were the same institutions that did not take any action when things were going wrong in this country. For you to be able to be credible, a credible institution, when you have crises like this one, you should be seen to be neutral and objective. But a good number of the members of the public do not see some of these institutions as neutral, as objective, because they had taken political sides earlier on. Now, we believe that a new set of people should appear.
Oh, you know again? What the APC believe? APC say they need new set of people for make them come inside this case. They say because what you know, some of them CSO, then civil society, then it's like say they don't take sides. So then they look for a new set of people. Who are then go come inside now? By this case. Eh?
And begin to preach the concept of peace. Then they will be accepted. But anybody who had taken political sides and who was seen to be part of the process of running the governance structure, even if under the table, cannot be a credible person now. So we are very, very concerned about that. But the important thing is that if the All People's Congress Party insists that that party would not take part in the governance system in the country, the implications are many and very, very dangerous. In the first place, now that the president has started appointing ministers, their credibility would be in dispute because we have to take them to Parliament for approval.
You know, the approval of that list will come out yesterday. Eh?
If the main party, the opposition party, refuses to be part of that process, then they will be just SLPP ministers. They will not be credible ministers.
So now, so APC the CM say, if they not take part, the only one know it has pleased the president, then go just be SLPP ministers. No worry you, because Paran talk something today back. He say, if MP absent for 30 sittings, he dey lose his seat. 30 sittings you no go. You dey lose your seat. He say first when I be first past the post system, you know say well by election go get for day. But now na PR na in the day. So the next in line go come and fill the seat. The PR. Loud they go no more. Let they listen. Waiting the APC, then they say right now.
And this is why we wanted to avoid all of these problems. Also, importantly, we know that we are part of the international system, whereby we send relatives, we send people to organizations like ECOWAS, European Union. I was a member of European Union delegation and delegations elsewhere. But now, those organizations insist that you must have a combination of people from various political parties. Now, if we are going to have a political party that is just one, a parliament that is just one-sided, it will not be credible. In fact, they may not even accept them to be members of those organizations.
He says something they may not. You know, say they not go accept. They may not. Something they not go even accept them. Now there other organization because waiting to go say but now no more they talk to ourselves in parliament. Yeah. Now so APC now the minds of APC now they issue.
So these are all the implications. Now people are saying that oh well in 1973 the SLPP did not take part in the elections. and yet the parliament continued to operate. But 1973 and now are two different.
Okay, the one that they talk say, oh, the same thing be happen in 1973. Now they explain so. He said 1973 and now two different things. Why you say that?
Times. In the first place, in 1973, the APC took part in the elections, and the SNPP took part in the elections.
He said 1973, APC been take part, SNPP take part,
and therefore the SNPP, which withdrew from those elections, did not withdraw from Parliament. They merely withdrew from the electoral process.
They not withdraw from Parliament na the electoral process. He said na SNPP withdraw from.
Because I was the returning officer, assistant returning officer.
You know, he na be the assistant returning officer na Bo.
I remember when ST Navo came and said, "Gentlemen, we are not taking part in these elections." So you know that they did not take part. They had no members of parliament. In this case,
they not take part. They not became member of parliament. But in this case,
all the parties took part.
All man take part.
The APC has members of parliament. The SNP has members of parliament.
Eh. You know mistake para talk there first. Let's go back ba. Because you look mistake. Explain back ba.
Because I was the returning officer.
No, not to that part. Not to that part there. Yeah. It sound like you talk say.
And the SNPP took part in the elections.
Then I be ready. They talk about now. Okay, then took part by the election.
And therefore, the SNPP, which withdrew from those elections,
then take part, but then withdraw from the elections. All right.
Did not withdraw from Parliament.
They not withdraw from Parliament. Let for confuse you.
They merely withdrew from the electoral process.
Then withdraw from the electoral process. Okay.
Because I was the returning officer, assistant returning officer. I remember when ST Navo came and said, "Gentlemen, we are not taking part in these elections." So you know that they did not take part. They had no members of parliament.
Oh, so 1973 they not take part. They not get members of parliament. When I don't know if I don't talk, you mix up here and that too, but continue.
In this case, all the parties took part. The APC has members of parliament, the SNP has members of parliament. So APC has the strength by saying that we are not going to send our people. But in 1973, the SNP did not have people.
Okay. You know, 1973, SNP no get nobody because wetin do. Then boycott, fail. They not send nobody. They not be get parliamentary and say force. Now so, Honorable Kargbo they talk.
Whom they will withdraw from parliament. So these are some of the differences.
So now the difference with this one now, 2023 and 1973. Now the difference. Yeah? For Fidanga the Tara say no mix up. If you no make a go the back home. We understand what they try for say. But we also be they try for explain and a mix and small. But we understand, we get and pass. Let's continue no more.
But again, like we keep on saying, preaching the whole concept of peace and reconciliation. I said in Parliament, as a member of Parliament, that you would not come last minute and begin to talk about peace and reconciliation when the whole process was not properly put in place. Because your concept, your acceptability of any new arrangement will have to depend on the fact that it is acceptable by the citizens themselves. If the citizens have not accepted your proposal, then of course it will not work. We have a whole business and organization called the Peace and Reconciliation Commission and this and that. People simply do not treat it very seriously because it is not the creation of the people. The people have not accepted it. But the important thing is we as journalists must also work very, very hard to make sure that peace returns to this country.
Journalists then for work hard for make sure say peace return to the country? Listen,
How do we do it? In the first place, information should be objective.
The information wey dey give e for be objective
and should be factual, and we should not be seen to be partisan.
Journalists, they don't foresee like if say you don't take sides
in our presentation. Otherwise, you can easily just add more injury to the whole already problem created by the state itself. So, like we said, we see that I'm worried about what is going to happen.
Okay. So, Honorable Ibikabu say, in worried of waiting go happen. Waiting so.
The moment Parliament convenes.
Where Parliament starts.
If Parliament convenes and there is no other party except the SLPP, then would have reverted to a one-party system.
So if na SLPP no more than a Parliament, well, you don't tell like say now one-party system. Now we don't go pa. He say na in worry about.
And the one-party system is most unacceptable by the new international arrangement. It's not acceptable anymore. In the earlier days, when Sheikh Stevens was president here, it was acceptable. When Secretary was president of Guinea, it was acceptable.
He said Trade, we pop Sheikh Binde is acceptable. If you go to Guinea, Sheikh Touré in term is acceptable.
When Nkrumah was president of Ghana, it was acceptable.
Ghana, let me get them all. It be acceptable, one party.
Now it is not acceptable.
But right now we don't go sign say we get democracy. He say it's not acceptable. One,
because the international community will not accept it.
So we don't come back by this international community. He say one, the international community no go accept them.
It's not part of the governance structures of modern day world.
So I want to understand something. Yeah? The APC boycott. And the APC they tell we say the international community no go accept. They no go accept. Say now one party. But then go ask them, say what's happening? The SLPP go say, not how sell they no go. Now they say then they boycott. And we don't get focus sit down with them. So what do we do? We carry on. We carry on. Because we don't sit down they with them. But the APC they look for somebody way for mediate. Now they go.
And then secondly, the people now are more knowledgeable than in the past. This social media thing is very, very important because it is what people use to communicate. You see the difference between this election this time and past elections. People use social media to change a whole lot of things, and it's affected the whole system. So you cannot take too many chances. Our people are now totally enlightened. They are not bushmen anymore like in the past.
Now they talk and say Trade people and be bushmen there. Now he talk he say now then they use social media. He say no not to like bush people like Trade. Almost sapien. And then I be bush people Yeah. You go pay for that one day. You go show me the one that Trade una be bush people May we get that case there first. But now they continue no more.
They are very enlightened people. So what do we do to make sure that we address this issue? Now it is no longer the business of just people in Freetown.
Okay. Waiting for address the issue. Now, not to Freetown no more for take decision.
We must now take information to our people in the rural areas.
The one they up. Hello? And they come.
In Bo, in Makeni, in Koroma, in Kabbalah, they must be part and parcel of the process now. Otherwise, they will not accept the outcome. Like the present situation in this country, if the outcome of these past elections remains unaccepted, then we have a crisis. Even if you go to the chiefs and tell them, oh chief, we are now the new government, please recognize us as new government, the fact of the matter is that the chief alone does not take decisions. He must be able to convince people in his own chiefdom. And people are now more enlightened than before. They are not going to just sit down and say, oh, our chief don't talk this.
And then we have Kargbo. Maybe Bombali. Because Bombali, they're strict. Except people not get sit on place day. But they are see put lock up behave. And they on that side there. This one way they talk so. Say, President Bio come out tomorrow. Go they say, well, I ain't this so. But the people they say, no. Tripoli left. Wait first now, let we see the RRF. We see the RRF, we go believe say true. Then we get that kind number there. Now put local. Wait slow see and first. Alright, now continue.
They have to be part and parcel of the whole process itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a real crisis in this country. I don't know what happened in the conduct of the elections.
Okay, he say no, it's happy no. But waiting.
But the fact of the matter is that one, the All People's Congress Party, which is an old party, a large party, has refused to accept the outcome. And
APC refused to accept the outcome.
the implications are very, very serious.
And the implication, serious. This implication is serious, not for the government no more. For the MP themselves, for not get for go parliament. It's serious. Okay.
We must accept it. And then secondly, the international community do not seem to accept the outcome of these elections.
Yeah, this international community, yeah. Eh? We see Commonwealth letter they float back today. We see Commonwealth letter back they float. So the international community still. Now the UK, EU, and US. Because Russia don't do it on, China don't do it on. No, they say enough for continent one in there. Anyway, let's continue.
You know what the Carter Center said? I know the Carter Center is a very effective center. I went there.
This Carter Center. I be Kargbo. Now, Auntie Sylvia say infant a highly responsible, respectable person for go check for him because Dr. Samora Baki said talk about the same Carter. And the same Carter Baki said they talk. Anyway, but on what context you they talk about and so?
When I wanted to set up some systems here, I went there for training, I know. And I know that it's a very credible organization. And the man who made the statement on behalf of the Carter Center was a senator or past senator, highly respected person. So if he says that the outcome of the elections could not be seen to be credible.
Answer a talk. Say the outcome of the election no one look like for say credible. Okay.
It will carry weight in America. And the European Union has not been very happy about the outcome of the elections.
First of all, this is not a new one between the Pauper administration and EU. I make the other day president be only clean say, now it's man they go and jump. Not so the first this the European Union and this administration. Okay, you can see that bridge for go like be. I ain't say they do not touch itself. Alright, and our EU now they make them bridge them for we.
Our own people too, even new. Our own local component of elections watch. They has not come up with a positive outcome of the elections, a positive statement. So we have all of these problems. What do we do?
Even coach knew. I knew their own battle where they depend. Look at the don't come under. The person now yagbara it is sleep. It still ask a question. wetin we for do? The APC, how dem for do this thing?
What do we do?
Wetin dem for do?
Some people have suggested that the international community will intervene.
Some man don suggest say the international community na dem for come make this peace. I dey tell, wait ma, una allow get no. We look like say this not to the first day the cow this talk now say the APC they look for a mediator. Then they do this boycott, but then they do out all their too. No one say they mean them. Then they look for a mediator. He say the international community, some man they say then go intervene. I doubt it though. Okay.
I was with the former president yesterday.
Bam. He be there with EBK. Before you talk this talk. Then what EBK say?
And he said the only way out is to sit down and discuss these issues.
The only way out, then for sit down and discuss the issue. The only way out. He said them for sit down and discuss them. Okay.
All the political parties, the stakeholders should sit down and address these issues.
All the political party them, the stakeholders them for sit down and address the issue.
Because if this country remains in this kind of problem, then we have an international, it will affect the ordinary people. And worse again, if the elections are discredited to the point that sanctions are levied against us.
So now una don dey see now. Say sanction go get for kind side. Now you talk how? Because the election then say credible, discredit, then sanction kind side. Wait again.
As a people, it was. Even without sanctions, things are already difficult for people here.
Okay, say even with sanctions, definitely. Tintranga.
When they say sanctions, they say, okay, possibly a vessel will not come here, petrol will not be brought to you, this will not be, rice will not be brought to you people, etc., etc. That would be very, very serious.
That sanction, then I revoke sanction. No. What should we do so? For me to get revoke kind of sanction. But continue.
It can lead to a civil war. So let us all work to.
You say waiting? That sanction there? It will lead to waiting?
Petrol will not be brought to you. This will not be, rice will not be brought to you people, etc., etc. That would be very, very serious. It can lead to a civil war.
No one can do. No one can do today. No one can do tomorrow. Continue.
So let us all work towards this. Like I said,
you don't believe what they tell you. See, the APC they look for a mediator.
When I convened that press conference to address these issues, it was deliberate because I saw the problem coming. People are not honest enough to accept facts. They are not honest enough to be able to accept the fact that this institution, this country called Sierra Leone, belongs to all of us. Some people simply believe that it is their own property and they can run it the way they want to run it. Now look at it. We are in a stalemate, whether we like it or not. So now you take these ministers, you send them to parliament and there's only one party. How will that one party be credible enough to appoint people and call them their ministers or ministers of the state? We are not going to accept them. So these are some of the problems.
So now no go accept them. Okay.
So we must find a way in which the APC, the SLPP, all the political parties that won elections can go to Parliament and deliberate on issues of national interest. Otherwise, we'll be in difficulty. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much to say except the fact that we should recognize the fact that Salud is in a state of crisis. We also want to accept the fact that we must find means by which we can resolve this problem.
We therefore find a means for resolve this problem. He say, former president say, then for sit down and dialogue, then for talk. But what for the in between now this talk? Uda. Alright.
And then secondly, we must accept the fact that more than anybody else, our people matter, the ordinary Sierra Leonean matter. If we create any situation that will create more difficulty to our people, we may end up in a state of crisis.
If we create any kind of a situation past this one where they so, well, a crisis na go come in. Honorable IB Kargbo. You don't hear him, not so? Emily left. Everything they look for me for go be the mediator. Wait. No, the last time I asked the same question, nobody know they. The other time they say Nigeria, they say Ghana. I see na the comment and they say well, for go meet Mamadi. Mamadi for in a waiting. In a waiting. Okay. Where the stars them are? Una don't forget. But we don't hear now from the side of the APC. The latest one way come on. Now you hear so. Waiting the happen inside the camp. Somebody need for mediate. Right. They say then they boycott not too soon. Ala no dey. Leah Johnson Hamler, thank you for the stars. Mem Zobi, thank you. Keep the stars coming, yeah? Well, I don't give star back. I want calling a table for the APC, waiting then go miss. Janet Martha Musa, thank you. APC say then they go Parliament. Hey, family, Leone we stay, huh? Let listen to Honorable Parliamentary. I cut the side and way we want for know about APC and boycott one. Even though you know against APC in the job they talk say member of Parliament pass one side the way call the name. Let we listen. Yeah? Let we listen. They say they know they go. While I know they waiting await them. Now you go carry again now. Let we go.
What are some of the activities them we wanna go embark on inside the opening on the 13th?
Thank you very much. If I humble them the 13th, would they see the following? But before this, I just want clearly distinguish between the first sitting of Parliament where they happen Thursday and the state opening of Parliament will happen at a later date. Most person they feel say the 6th Parliament they start on Thursday the 13th na state opening. Not a state opening. State opening na the official opening of Parliament where President they go deliver in State of the Nation address. That go take place at a later date. For this first sitting, waiting this sitting they determine. It they determine when this 6th Parliament get for dissolve. So would they sit the 13th July 2023, exactly 5 years from the 13th July. Now in this current 6th Parliament get for dissolve. So this first sitting in importance now for determine when the 6th Parliament get for done. And the 6th Parliament, if we sit on the 13th, go get for done the 13th July 2028. So the things that will get foresee inside this 6th Parliament in first sitting, now one, would they swear all the MPs where they don't elect. And that, now they make you an MP. If you don't go through election and don't declare you get for can't take the oath. So for that day, the other paper, that is the agenda of Parliament, the first item we go day after our prayers, now for we administer the oath of office to all 149 MPs. And waiting at the importance of this oath, it also they determine, say, you don't do 5 years. Because now two type of MPs they will get na Parliament. The one where they do 5 years, now the terminal MP. So you complete your 5 years, then you get to that they will call the contract MPs, where they come after where Parliament don't start. Either in the case of first past the post system by election, or in this case, where somebody not there, other person at the list can take in place. So the first thing we'll get for do on Thursday, now for make sure so we'll administer the oath of office to all 149 MPs for make them now full-blown MPs for begin do their work. The second thing, now the welcome address. So after all they administer the oath of office, then don't now become members of Parliament. Because as how they speak, then are members of Parliament elect. So after all they administer the oath of office to them, then don't become members of Parliament. Then me as the clerk, when are the presiding officer for that day, they now officially and formally welcome all 149 MPs to Parliament.
So you see yourself say Thursday will still be the clerk?
Well, for now, I'm not the clerk. So I continue to perform the role until otherwise. And one thing when me like about myself, any work you give me at the door, say to the terry go say, no, this work I don't pull out a yarn. So for now, I'm not the clerk of Parliament, and I go administer the oath. So then I welcome them. They are do the third thing when are the most important thing for that day, when are election of the speaker. So on Thursday, we will also elect the Speaker of Parliament.
Before we come to the Speaker election, plenty things for talk about then. Now we look at the oath where the MPs then they take. We get some MPs we been there at the 5th Parliament, and we get new one the way they come in. That way they don't take oath at the 5th Parliament. Then same way so they take oath inside this Parliament?
Definitely. You know, say them be elect His Excellency President Madabio in 2018, he been taken an oath of office. When they re-elect her again in 2023, it don't take an oath of office. So at any time they give you new mandate or new assignment, you just swear to God and the people of this country, say they discharge their responsibilities effectively.
Earlier you talk about the MPs them way una they administer oath to, and one the way could be exempted in first past the post, for instance, in by-election when NP come, one don't come out, then go do oath for them. For this PR system and the one we they do tomorrow, for the MP we not available, what's in the fit of any MP we not available at the Well of Parliament for the opening for take the oath of office?
This is now a very loaded question. Wait here, Sabi, I go tell the people of Sierra Leone. The one back one not Sabi, I go tell Unasela Olefa until the speaker can sit down. So waiting me Sabi now the fact that when they elect you a member of Parliament and NEC declare you can't take the oath of office for become an MP. So for Thursday, we administer that oath. And me, the guess, and I believe say all 149 MPs go come for take their oath. But for respond direct to your question, if somebody not come for take the oath, waiting go happen. Waiting me Sabina that every MP they take the oath for serve for 5 years, except if you come in a by-election. So if Thursday come, you not take the oath on Thursday, then meaning you not to a terminal MP. You go now be declared a contractual MP, which means say we get opportunities where available to MPs when are terminal MPs, where contractual MPs not the benefit from. And a terminal MP now, an MP who don't serve Parliament for 5 unbreaking years. And the 5 year of the lifespan of the 6th Parliament, they start on Thursday, the 13th of July, 2023. And they end on the 13th of July, 2028. So if you not take an oath for serve for that 5 years, then waiting me know now that you not go be declared a terminal MP. You will now be a contractual MP. And if that happen, for example, section 79 of the Constitution, say for make you be speaker, if you don't serve 1 term of 5 years in Parliament, then you don't come back. Or you don't serve 2 terms, then you're out of Parliament. So if they calculate the time where you don't spend, if you not take the oath on Thursday, this time they not go calculate her as a term for you. They go rather calculate her as a contract for you.
So that means opportunity no go dey again for any MP where not take the oath of office on Thursday for organize other program for any MP for make it take oath of office.
No, an MP can take oath at any time. But what's important about taking the oath on the first sitting, now that qualifies you for be a terminal MP. That qualifies you for me then say you don't serve a full 5-year term.
So
okay, but that don't mean say at any time we'll not go swear you in. But if we swear you in now, that you fall under the category of an MP we come as a contract.
So means
MP.
in line with this, what if the rumor where they go and be too on APC then concerned for say they not go take part? There's going to be an order, given time for them for swearing them.
Okay, so for argument's sake, make us assume say APC say they not they come and they not come. Waiting they happen. Would they get 95 MPs when are terminal MPs, where we go say don't serve then 5-year term. And when would they accrue them benefits at the end of the day? At the end of the 5 year, now 95 MPs then benefit will go accrue and sent to Ministry of Finance for payment of the gratuity and payment of pension.
So is it a more than a Thursday all NP they would already elect for take an oath?
Yes, definitely, because Section 86(1) of the Constitution give President the utmost authority for call Parliament at any time. And Parliament also direct that me as the clerk call the first sitting of this 6th Parliament on Thursday, 13th July.
Any exception for if somebody sick or gets a very good reason when it relates to any political disagreement?
Definitely if you seek. And by the way, let I also make it clear that the Constitution further give President the right for determining who side Parliament they sit. So if you seek, for example, you're in the hospital, then you give a valid reason. Then we feel say that reason is authentic. Not, stop the clerk of Parliament for move to your hospital bed and administer the oath of office to you.
Okay, so now we look at the benefits where MP we take oath of office on the stipulated dates, official opening dates of Parliament, and the one we take come on that day. What, to be precise, what is the loss if you not take oath of office on the specific day, or what you go gain if you take oath on the specific day?
Okay, you get 2 losses. You get 1, a financial loss, then 2, a legal loss. Make I address the legal loss. I don't tell you, say, when they want make an MP get opportunity for continue for serve, for example, as Speaker of Parliament, you get thing the way the Constitution prescribe in Section 79 as amended. Okay? It say 1, if you don't serve 5-year term, then you don't be elected to Parliament. So you qualify for the elected Speaker. Or you don't serve 2 5-year terms, then you know the Parliament again. Okay? So legally the benefit is, if you take an oath on Thursday, meaning if you go to 2028, you don't serve full 5-year term. So if they re-elect you in 2028 for come to Parliament, you automatically qualify for contest for speakership. But if you not take an oath on Thursday, then meaning you not do 5-year term. So if that happen, if they want anybody for speaker, they nominate you, then go disqualify you, because when they say a term, na 5 year. If one day come on top, it not reach 5 years again. So that are the legal benefits. The financial benefit get for do with, you know, say anybody who serve that office at the end of your term, you dey get some financial benefit in terms of gratuity. Now, the MP in gratuity is calculated based on the years we spend at Parliament. So if you serve 5 years, it will be calculated over 5 years. If you serve less than 5 years, it will be calculated based on the number of years we spend. But the most important aspect get for do with the Parliament Act. We don't now prescribe, say, if you serve one term in Parliament, you're entitled to a pension of this. So that pension where you're entitled to, if you take an oath on Thursday, that automatically don't entitle you to the pension. But if you fail for take an oath on Thursday, then meaning you not do one term, so you not qualify for pension. So that now also a financial loss.
Even a single day.
Even a single day. Well, you know, the law is clear. The law say 5 years, it means 5 years.
Okay.
It not mean 4 years some days. It mean 5 years. So if you not take an oath for be an MP on Thursday, meaning you're not a 5-year MP.
They didn't take the oath of office in 2018, but they were not referred to as contractual MP, but are terminal MPs, and they are still entitled to their gratuity. That's now one quick one from Honorable Abdul Kargbo, now with Facebook page. They say in 2018, all APC MPs didn't subscribe to the oath of Parliament on the first day. We did weeks after the opening. That's a few questions them from we viewers them and listeners.
Thank you very much. These then are very important questions. Well, the question they beg that I forgive me opinion. And yeah, I don't feel say my opinion matter. What matter at the point of law. The law clear. The law say for like you qualify for be called a terminal MP if you don't do 5 years uninterrupted in Parliament. So that is all at the state. For make them say in 2018, APC MPs they not been subscribed or they consider they as terminal MPs. I just go say this. What you make you remember for 2018, they all came to Parliament on the first day, what they call Parliament. They were part of that sitting. Okay? So if they were part of that sitting and the oath of office na Parliament, when I go see and just not to one with the administrator. So if we say make all man rise, if you set mouth, we're not going to know say you set mouth. But we'll go assume say you take the oath. And then in a Parliament that first day. So because them in a Parliament that first day and we administer oath, so whether or not them talk, sometimes I then do the service to them people. But we assume say as long as you be present and we administer the oath, then meaning you will be part of that.
So that's not the situation.
That is it. So as far as me concerned, we preside over that first sitting. All APCM, all SLPP, all C4C, all NGC, all independent and all parliamentary been there at the first sitting. Before
we go for that break, you be clarify on what you know the benefits if you not take the oath of office on Thursday and you talk about end of term benefits. Who's one of the end of term benefits them you know they get if you not take oath on the first day?
Okay, so you get 2 end of term benefits where every MP entitled to. One and call on the gratuity. The gratuity is calculated based on the number of period we spend at Parliament. So if you not attend the first sitting, they not go calculate over 5 years. You still entitled to that. But then go calculate over a period where you spend at Parliament. And most times gratuity, how then they do them, in terms of terminal MPs, then they fully calculate for 5 years. In terms of contractual MPs, because then they on contract, so now the contract fee then they pay them. Like when they hire you, they say they're on contract, they pay you the contract fee. So now that they happen in the case of gratuity. But when it comes to pension, when I know the lifelong money, where every MP or anybody who don't serve the state go be entitled to, you will not serve for 5 years, 5 uninterrupted years, not go entitled to pension.
So why an NP for lost a lot of benefit just because of a 1 day we're not available for take an oath officially? Just 1 day.
If you not available for very strong reason, everybody go understand. But if you're not available, then you not get any reason, then meaning now you deliberately say and not they attend. And if people elect you for come to parliament and serve them, then you choose not for can serve them on the first day when they say, well, come, they can serve you people, then meaning it's deliberate. And if you deliberately keep yourself away from the people then money, where then they use for pay you, they're not for use and for pay you.
So, Honorable Kargbo, they challenge Parana Facebook. They say Parana is not truthful. He officially administered oath of office to APC MPs weeks after the other MPs had subscribed to the oath. He knows we were booted out of Parliament before he administered the oath.
I'm not sure say are they have for exchange words with Honorable Abdul
That's just
if Honorable Abdul Kargbo really want take part in this, let him come to Parliament on.
So,
the
Honorable
13th.
Para, now how much the new NP then, because the one where they continue obviously go this, how much they really don't understand what it takes for say the presence on Thursday very important, and that will make them get a long-term benefit serving as member of Parliament.
So it's very simple. Thank God that they not this medium, and this na a medium where they go far and wide. Make I use this opportunity for talk to all 149 MPs duly elected to constitute the 6th Parliament of Sierra Leone, that on Thursday, which is the 13th of July, now the first sitting of the 6th Parliament, and that now the day where they go administer the oath of office to now all 149 for become members of Parliament. So I call on una all 149 for avail on ourselves now the chambers of Parliament on 10 o'clock in the morning for take the oath and go through the parliamentary business of the day.
Now, in a situation where say an MP go against the party, as the rumor they go na Parliament go take oath of office and the parties remove symbol from and what think will be the fate of a particular MP like that?
Well, this now like when you say talk half, left half. Okay. For Parliament, we know say for make you lost you membership of Parliament, the Constitution clearly prescribes. So if the party follow, for example, all the procedures set out in 77, okay, especially KNL, and duly inform the Speaker, and the Speaker convinced, because it has to do with the conviction of the Speaker, well, probably the Speaker will follow the party. However, for make a member of Parliament grab go Parliament for go subscribe to the oath, common sense they dictate say no party not able to pull out a Parliament. Because if you put a case, Parliament not go agree with yourself. Because first and foremost, now contempt to Parliament for tell an MP say may not go subscribe to the oath. So if a political party can say this MP will pull out because tell her may not can subscribe to the oath, then he can. Parliament will fall on you, we tell her not for camp because they're not contempt of Parliament.
So now look at the example of waiting they go round and we say APC MPs them append their signature for go by the party in dictate, but one MP way na Mohamed Bangura no sign a signature or not pen down. If he appear in a well of Parliament, when they administer oaths to them?
I don't want to say APC SLPP of Paramount Chief. I want to say on the 13th of July, all MPs when they appear at the well of Parliament by 10 a.m. go subscribe to the oath. So no, regardless of the party where they, once you come to Parliament on the 13th, I go administer the oath.
So tomorrow I want to get for do the orientation of all the NP them. In case you not see the APC MP elect, waiting will be the role of you, the clerk, at that moment.
Well, orientation na parliamentary activity, but not a thing where would they penalize anybody for.
No, you will try for reach out and know why they don't come?
Definitely.
Okay.
I'll reach out. I'm the clerk of Parliament. For now, I don't born 149 picking there. If one not there, they go know. I will go try for know who I is.
You do talk like you don't so much get assurance and confidence you get for continue as the clerk of Parliament, and you know an appointed position you get.
I don't say it's up to you. Very simple. Me, for now, I'm the clerk of Parliament, duly appointed by the president on the 6th of April 2018, and I remain for be the clerk of Parliament until otherwise.
So how long it go take somebody for loss in seat in Parliament?
Well, 30 sitting days. And when they say 30 sitting days, it means both plenary and committee sittings. So, for example, if you not count a parliament for 30 sitting days, where parliament is sit both at committee level or at plenary level, then speaker can remove you from parliament. Then, if now first past the post system, they declare you seat vacant, then do by election.
Okay.
But in this case, because now proportional district block, if you not take up your seat for 30 days, speaker can rule, say that seat vacant, and the people heading at the second list can come up and can become the MP.
You don't hear? Eh? You don't get them directly. Notice so? You don't hear? Direct one how you get to. What you grab? How you think say this girl for look like? Eh? How you think you get for look like? Nayana Saloon. I say this girl for be set fire. I make a tell you just to say, I go pass. To then elected MP them. And they pa discuss how them for do this one. But seriously though, then just get tomorrow no more. Now tomorrow no more than get Wednesday. When are the induction? Then if they no go tomorrow for the induction, then get Thursday for the first sitting. The swearing in, and I did the speaker of the house. Then get for chooser. Alright. Yes, Alpha. Welcome. What you get for we?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Triple A, and interesting. First of all, for me, it's a very clear picture that APC they call for dialogue. It's just that they're not able to get a clear mediate or that will mediate that dialogue day. And for me, I think this is where the ruling party should be very, very honest to themselves and the nation. What to make us say so, whether we like it or not, whether we want to be hypocritical about it, we don't see a lot of disadvantage on the APC side. Then don't burn them party office, then don't fire a person at the office. A lot don't happen. So if then they cry and then they call for a dialogue, the ruling government should open that, and that's why I will always call on the president. This is the role of the president. You know, a president for a whole state, not only for one party or those who accepted you as a leader. You should be able to open your hand, say, okay, yes, X, Y, Z. Now it happen, okay, let there be dialogue, regardless the demands the way they say the APC they make. They have to make demands because they are aggrieved. We have different types of justice system. And I think say we need for lay justice prevail now. Whether we want for be partisan, want for feel connected to parties or what. But the fact remains, if we want for we get cohesive governments, yeah, I think say the government need for put their feet down and negotiate with the opposition. That's it. And whether they like it or not, this is not the other two people they fail for realize. You know, we country economy not strong enough for low begin say, okay, we can do without international community. People they ask to do so in the international community. Whether we think of China or Russia, whatever, yes, they're in the international community, but they're not they promote democracy. When we talk about people who promote democracy, we talk about the America, we talk about the UK, we know them. So if them people are willing to promote democracy, always then are we back, always there for support we, the MCC and all these things. These people, not they say, well, then they move off from the country, but they say these are some of the issues will come up. For me, like I say in the previous program, ECSL, they are the cause of all these conflicts in our country. If una be no say that they underrate this election, una not be prepare for second rounds, una this and that, then una for me don't make the thing, una pull this PR system, una make a first pass the post. But when I push everything down people in throat, everything down people in throat. Now, at the end of the day, then sit down like nothing will happen. How we want peace in the country? How we want people for like, okay, let we go serve we nation. When the atmosphere for let go serve your nation not be created or not be conducive for you. So certain time then they not say just, not say the right thing, then you will see peace. With the say APC, they don't want they don't want police. Some man they say let them go police. Now so that we don't do people in the court say SLPP we don't boycott Trade election 19 this. Does that give us good results? No. 1973 and 2023 are they the same? No. Democracy in 1973 and democracy now are they the same? No. There are a lot of improvements, a lot of clauses, a lot of things that they where they no add back. So if the industry they clear and say this party willing for make a dialogue, then let the government open your hand. Not begin the council parent the can which will know what they call. Why are you stressing on the benefits of MPs? Oh, if you not go this, you go lose the benefits, you go know this, you know get speakership. Is it only when you serve the 2 term you qualify? Now the only qualification for become a speaker? No, there are a lot of other clauses where they make you qualify for become a speaker. Not only when you serve for 2 term. So that makes for me, it's just like a political game. They play the politics, even though they know say things are not comfortable, are not okay. If you go let's call it spade here. Things are not done the right way. Yes, things are not done the right way. But the fact remains, you cannot run a whole parliament with just one party. Whether people want for say APC get right or they don't get right, me, I'm not looking at the right there. But the fact remains, you cannot run a whole parliament in a democratic state with just only una in a parliament. Then everything just pass all to one thing. Even when they you see even the kind of number where the willing government get, including the paramount chief them. So even the APC they inside self then at the parliament, it's as if they not did it. They actually CSL now una give with disaggregated what they call una provide proof so this election was free and credible. 30 then they ignore people like waiting people in the acts is not important. Who that want the problem? Who that want the crisis? It's CSL. If you guys know the election is free and fair, when are they all these caucus they come out, then are they hope for this back and forth, now the parliament and what they call, come out plain, project this thing all over, let people see them. So we look at this, now so we do we calculation now this. But they're not gonna say nothing, then keep quiet. Just wait till they call, do it if you say right for them, and then people for keep quiet. No. We should move forward than this. A nation at this point, not for the small petty things again. We are still underdeveloped nation. We still cry for basic amenities. Just the basic amenities, we still cry for that. Just the basic. Then we get this back and front. Instead of parents talk the real thing, they begin to stress on if you know this, if you know that. Then when I pull all the APC MPs, they don't take the position. Bring things where they, when 2 people and get to Amat or at Wam, they can bring turn petrol for make fire catch more and more. No, if you don't have anything to say, keep quiet. Let them vent the anger out. At the end of the day, when they don't vent the anger out, guess what? They get away for dialogue. But it's really sad. Now the same thing, then they call for peace, they want APC, but when they kind of media, then go towards them, where you go say, well, what's now they call for peace for? Why don't I say APC for come for? So for me, really, we don't move beyond this stage. Like I said the last time, the president don't begin calling cabinet. Good, let's move forward. But how can you move alone? You need everybody on board. Then give me personal candid opinion to the president. Build an inclusive governance. Inclusive governance will include, will comprises of tribe, region, everything involved, even political parties. Me say the smaller political parties not get role for play. They too have ambitions. Bring them on board. Not give position because this one I'm a party person. If he not qualify, we may not qualify. No put Andy. But we go left and go say 1 year done this no. Now go with the go so. Now go with the go inside the 5 years small so. Before you marry this no, when this year done. One of them basically they not even think for addresser. Back and front no more. Back and front no more. So for me, the parliament says you see, let me say Paran not be honest to himself. For me, if you know say that you born all this 100 and almost 40, almost picking them, why then can't you sit them down and talk to them? Why can't you create a dialogue system between them instead of you hyping one side as if the other side not important? I think that I'm take Tripoli.
Thank you very much, Alpha.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, Umar, what you get for you, sir?
Me, I get a question. You get me clear? Okay. My question is, where around the talk say the member of parliament then, if you are a returning member, now after Thursday, now insecure you 5 years. So what thing go happen now with the C4C parliament member then? We been there that for first 5 years. We not come back. What thing they happen with me daddy na kitchen? Daddy KK. So parent they tell me say Daddy KK not get for getting pension because by right, I know me not a parliamentarian, I don't know them lost them, how do they call themselves OSD, standing up order. But maybe if we say no more, from the day where parliament where they swear them in to the day where it closed or the day where parliament dissolved.
La just all you day. I don't know why it's time for play that one day, Omar. Because you hear we talk say from the day where parliament when they do that first sitting to even give the date to the 13th day of July 2028. It's say 9 and 1 term. So I don't know why he tried for making that way there. I don't know.
Right, that is confusing. It confusing. What about if you don't win, then you not win again the following time?
Yeah,
that means that 5 years where you put a void. That means you not been there for 5 years, so you not go get that pension day. A void. Because you need to come back. KKY not go get your own. The C4C the guys are not gonna forget their own. The other NGC that will be there. We finish the 4 years, the 5 years, and will be the see they all be the show up. So you want to tell me say they're not qualified for this pension, they're not go get them because they not come back. So I think that this is confusing. It need to go back there because if then guys they take them to court, then get right. Because they not sit down say they need a camo. They not win again. Now win, they not win again. So how you go deal with them today? Like KKY and others, we not win again for CAM. What thing you go do with their own pension because they serve 5 years? Then the better way, because the other question we maybe want to ask, if not in the one where they make decisions or in they go according to the standing orders. Then laws here where they talk about disqualify you, about you need to get you. Now the standing orders lost them or now the constitutional lost them? You know? Triple A. Okay. Because if now I don't know if that because Salon Constitution not good. Because that same law they will say after 30 days, watch. Because Salon Constitution, that 1991 Constitution, the one that we write then get your own idea. Then be get your mindset. Because you go look inside that same Constitution again, something they will go tell you go see say one tell you say section A, subsection 1, you don't qualify. Then another party again go tell you something else. Then they say go hold the other side. So just like what you be say, everybody the holding on. You know, APC hold this na poker in the play. Everybody hold their own card not in chess. APC hold their card not in chess. They need to pull and let anybody see. SLPP hold their card not in chess. But me kind of feel say, parental wali, they take a guess, say they very well know the implication. I go differ with you a little bit, but say APC they cry for help. Because if you listen to Parantarawali, all in submission where it be the key, na a form of threat, na it be the key. Because like say they already know, or somebody don't tell us, say, Jack, we get for bring them mortal maya kainsaya. We either one way or the other because it not go look good. So go ballet, go throw away this out there. Say, hey, if you not come, you not go get your money, and we all know whose sides are loaded right now money. Because if you not believe, ask APC. Because APC is the only party after 11 years where we not still talk to we have been get the most how did they call ourselves, the fastest growing economy. You see how most of them the past are straight broke. So we all know whose side that comes today right now. Then guy are on broke people them. So then you go talk, say somebody they go to parliament for go make laws for make somebody in life better. Not to them guy are. Then guy are not get one clue. Even if they get the clue, they not get no interest for make the people of Sierra Leone their life better. Now money they no go for go make. Where you go there, they are touching a social committee. That committee will go for make where you go for go sit down. You make money there. Now money business then guy are ripa. So if I let them tell us, say, you go lose your money, you go lose this, you go lose this. But again, you're right. Because if not SLPP, not to if, SLPP now then get the speaker of the house. And if, let's say, if APC get any crack, like Mohammed Bangura and others, and get any other one who follow them. Now and then they go Thursday. If APC send anything yonder, say them people here, they don't go anti-party affairs, we not remove them. We all know say whoever that speaker they go be, they not go do them. They not go pull them come out because now APC, they not go do them. Why they even put that law there in the constitution? That law there don't make no sense because that law there it clearly in order for the people then. Because if a candidate, if a member of parliament sit down, member of parliament for able to argue against in your party, if in party they do things that were not right towards in your constitution, towards the people them where in they represent. It happen in them country here. We they see the senator from West Virginia, where Democrat, even though in a Democrat senator, because in a red state, where they always go to them when they want to do something. Because in they speak for Democrats, in they speak for in constituency we say come out, for in people them. Now so eager for this same constitution, they go back and I'm not go try for the go back. APC, now the old this own dig. Now write this constitution. Now in the kilo now so slowly. Arrest became but other two I want for say quick about Abbas Bundu. According to the way this parental read the qualification, Abbas Bundu not for qualify you. Because Abbas Bundu now during checking time, now he not be member of parliament. He not be member of parliament during Pakaba. Maybe you can correct me. He not to be member of parliament under Ernest by Koroma. So this constitution we council now be 1991 constitution. He not to be member of parliament. So how he qualify for make them make him speaker of the house? Because according to Independent, the way you say how voting qualifies somebody, you for don't serve 2 terms before. Well, before this constitution, if that this constitution and they go by, Abbas Bundu not to be member of parliament. He not to be member of parliament. Because he not during Shaka Stephen in time. I know him very well. Not during Shaka Stephen time. So how he become qualified when they make him a speaker of the house 5 years ago? There's anybody there around we get idea where they listen when I explain to Weaver. Now in that, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Umar. Yes, Ezekiel, what you get for me?
Thank you so much, Tipwe, and all the panelists and listeners. This now really a test for all we leaders them. They're very quick For always say, oh, then we young people here, they're foolish, that this, everything, then take, which is right now, they intellectually burn down the houses. Right now. Calling itself leaders in that country. Right now, they burn down houses. Where the young people and begin copying now, say they young, they people here, they know which is it. Now, example and they follow. With all sense we get, with all experience, nobody know the way they say, come together and change something now. So why they left self all the time for holding self accountable for nonsense the way they happen at the country, they jump on young people? Because this behavior, when it go to the person where it not get no other avenue, the only way they settle issues now for run and cause problem. Una get the intellectual know-how, the experience, and everything. Some man get degree for conflict resolution or whatever you call them. I don't even know which kind of conflict resolution degree where you get or PhD where una get. Take the simple thing, una ego don't so jump up and una want bring the country down. Where the young people then join una by this same nonsense, then una say, oh, the young people here, they want to destroy the country. You are burning the houses down right now. Say, oh, I want to bring the country together. What is the move have you made so far? Don't they make any moves? You go now, they put up. Nobody know they try for put Sierra Leone number one. Una much na day. But when the problem comes for put solution together, we know they see them. And when it happened at the streets, which is calm, get discipline, and then all of a sudden the one way they at the street, they not get discipline, they're not smart. You know way smart. They see the fire, they find way how for car with fire hoses and begin for pour them so that it no go scatter all over and burn everything down. All in the intellectual prowess, they use them right now for begin set the fire all over the place. Without they go on television, they tout all over the place, rotting constitution, then they throw it, then they left humanity out, then they left the country out. When it happened at the street, what thing they do at the top, now it happen. They see some man where he say get all kind of degree. When they talk like a much bad pass the one way they at the street, pass the man way they at the bush as that APC man with the talk. They go on. Well, they talk like say the man style. Take today not change. It just they take different level. It just they change different way for communicator, but it's no different. They find way for solve problem. They find way for cow solution at the table. When a time for solution, now the time that they will sabi quote the constitution, sabi quote all kind policy. But when from make salon and improve people in life, policy and constitution, it don't go off the window. Una not sabi again. Now one law will begin solutions how for this for happen. It's simple. Look at the top of the hierarchy of APC. Una get meeting this one room, we all go there. If una see it, then go reject them. Man, they bring camp people they're so corrupt, they're so crooked. Simple thing. The man where he in a village, where he in a small town, he just smoke but then they all know they happen. Yet nobody know even one just calm down and say, you know what? This year, if we just begin clean the top, this sofuti here, the rotting inside, we need for fixer. Try drum, please. When I try drum for we people them, then they are punished right now. Try big motor. Please. So much people. God bless we all.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to say thanks to all the panelists then. We don't be part of the program. Yes, Janet, you get 3 minutes.
Yes, thank you so much, Chipole. Few things I want to talk about tonight. When I listen to IB Kargbo, I'd expect IB Kargbo as a senior member of the APC to look at the country and say to him people, okay, this election don't take place. It is clear or it's written somewhere that you don't lose this election. Let us move on. But the things in way IB Kargbo set out, I think he's steering trouble because he being so educated. This is a legal fellow. He talk about first, he don't talk about sanctions, he talk about war, he talk about all the entire way they preach. So it will go to people in the upline, go explain. If you go to the chief, say blah blah blah. All the entire way this man explained, so it worried me as a person. And if I worry every say Leone and we listen to him, I would expect for him to come out here and say, you know what, dialogue. Make we go, he say, he and the president and talk. And the president say, well, also don't talk about her. That's the kind of conversation I would have loved to hear. But we tell you, I become a more. I will say to anybody, it's not something that we would want to foster. Number two, something the way parental talk with some people and don't understand. Parental is talking about a term when 5 years. The day when they swear you in to the day when Parliament dissolves. Now that time they talk about. Of course, then also not the next day go win election. You go still get you pay your gratuity at the end of your term. That is clear. He's talking about speakership. Say you can become a speaker after 2 terms. It doesn't have to be consecutive sittings. It can be the same inside one government. You can be a parliamentary. An MP, another government, you become an MP during another period. So those are the kind of things he was talking about. And the final thing where parental will really make sense to me now, because this is something I've been asking about. Number one is if MPs then turn up on Thursday, APC MPs then turn up on Thursday, will they lose their seats? You don't say, well, according to if they follow all the procedure, yes, then we're able for achieve that. But when it comes to Parliament, the Speaker will protect the MP, as we will see in C4C, when they may want for pool C4C leader, and they're not be able to achieve that. So if this setting is right, if what we are tonight is right, then the MPs then get right on Thursday to turn up, because people were saying, oh, they should stay away. No, listen, there's a mistake here. If APC people not turn up, at least one person who will not say go turn up, Mohamed Bangura, he will become the minority leader in Parliament. That is APC representation, But let us put it this way: really, if APC put the country in interest first, you know, say this government, we don't want this government, therefore we don't want to hold them accountable, we don't want to scrutinize them. You are the official opposition. If you fail to carry out your duties, what are you saying to the people? Tripoli, thank you very much for having me.
All right, thank you, Janet. The phone line don't close. Phone line don't close. Yes, Tolu, you got 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to tell this Tripoli. I don't know the salon, the hypocrisy and plenty in the country. Everybody know what's happening in salon. Madam, you are the president. It caused a lot of mayhem in the country. Problem everywhere. Your opponents, get a chance in the southeast. Them burn people in Austin. Kill people. Even your opponents, you go fire, kill people in the place. But then all of a sudden, you make like nothing happen. Now, if you just go ahead like that in the country. The people, when I go back, you broad daylight, you rig the election. You don't win the election, you rig the election. Yes. See, then I don't see them. Then you want to make them just continue like that. Already APC the action. Not the action, nothing. Yes, now if you say you are a powerful person, but trust me, what APC don't do so, they don't put a stain to you.
They don't put stain to a record. Just like how Donald Trump put them the impeachment. Then the Senate favor him. But trust me, it don't go na a record. The record not dey clean again. I like mother do the best thing now as alone. The record not dey clean again. And you say na rig this particular election. It go na history. Yes, of course. It go na history. You have to solve the problem, you not get that quality. They sit down back, they look, they make the man go, they go threaten people and say, hey, if you not do this, you not do this. About Bundu, he qualify for be Speaker of the House. No, they not qualify. They not get no quality. What they take and go put on they can't begin a quote law. All that kind of bullshit. And rubbish they talk.
You go calm down.
Yeah, already.
No. You know, so we get guidelines, right?
Yeah, okay, let's pull the bullshit. How many they talk so? Where problems solve this now? Then they look around it, nothing, and then look nothing. Everybody go get in benefit complete. As I be Andy. But let them solve the problem. Then in the president call people, and I don't go disadvantage people. Like call and try for settle the country. The day you get international community support, you know, will do nothing at the country. 5 years. Without the international community. Look, so this 9 minutes when the election will be, you don't go put 20.8 million back, they lend you. IMF give you. You don't do without them? No. It doesn't make much. Hey, let them pull much from this. You want to go to Russia. Look at Russia, them they their own problem right now. I'm not going to say China. China, they're not big fool again. No. Well, then do something, then they can't pull them back. So, you know, for solve the problem, let's go ahead and solve the problem in the president. And the hypocrite in the country, hypocrisy, and then too much as Leone. Everybody they afraid for tell this king because he's a king now, that's alone. And they afraid for telling it to religious leaders. I'm not going to talk about them, and call themselves society, civil society. Well, what is they gone as alone? We all sabi. The problem between SLPP and APC, when they're in power, they're open to criticism. They don't care. You criticize them, no, they're not worried. But this SLPP, I vote for Pakaba 210, me they talk show. They never will handle criticism at all. When you tell them the truth, and they argue, then they defend them and turn your enemy. Now this make now all the 16th card then have free turn. One day then decide people and decide for like APC. Not all saying I want card then have free turn, no. They don't want criticism at all, they never will handle them. And that way, that radical way, Mother do handle everything in the country. So, you know, right? Okay, yeah.
Okay, Tolu. Yes, Ahmed.
Yes,
3 minutes.
Brother. Thank you very much, Triple A. Thank you. Yes, I must say thank you for all the work, both downtown and which they do. Information is very important. We know the last time before the election, you know, we know what we do and people know what they view. So I just still want to appeal to you, say, now they forget for display their stuff when they on the screen and the Zelle, the Cash App and stuff. Now a continuous process, my brother. We don't want to left this fete give alone because every day, apart from the election, the election momentum still there on. We still need for the give, that support. I know people in the give stars want to tell them thank you very much for the good work they do. But for some of we still go out for to do some little things. So the information is just for the display. At least who that gets that kind of the conscience and see what they do exactly. We will really know what they for do towards the the information where they give. It's very important. Information and power. Anyway, maybe I go to my point. Mr. Omar actually they asked if Abbas will be legitimate for Brian Kam in as a speaker. No, like you rightly say, but you see, but we'll see what take place before he even can become a speaker. We'll see this Parliamentary and others. There are lots of looming problems around them. But they tend to be because they want for really hijack. All of these things are premeditated plan. All of these things, matter be well known. When he gets the parliament and then with others, few areas where he don't capture, now states capture. So he will go through all what he want to do. All the APC system, nobody will contest them. He said this, now that's, now plan. You see, you got to be a very crafty somebody before when you want to do something. It looks like somebody who want to go thief. You got to play smart. You got to be a very criminal person. So that is exactly what Simada build the portrait. But we'll not be to see that. But again, to the people that are aware of that, because look at the problems today in the country and look at the economy. We can believe some of people can say, oh, the the constitution, it vague, it bad, it give absolute power to the president. But this constitution, the previous people them, they use and the past leaders them. But why they not do all of this way they for do because they get the enormous power? You see, then they not work like so. You see, they give you power, but then you have to look at the people. Because the constitution also make provision for the people, like the right to demonstrate, the right to free speech, but all of the rights I will not see them today now. You demonstrate them only. So we see the constitution, not that it's too bad all the way. Actually, if you go through them, if you go through some sections there, but because they just frame them to their own advantage, and I make with see what they happen so today. I want to really agree some points with this my brother, the last speaker, although some it become maybe angry or to his statement. But again, it's good, my brother. How do we move on? The question this today, what will they ask? How will they move on with this? Well, as we speak now, there are people in the bush in Segbema, in Kailao, in Pujao, in Bo, in Kenema. They're not bush. Some are not lawsuits. These people in the fight for Kanatong. Even the authorities try for protection of them from any more than Kanatong. So how about that? These are their own brothers, the people. The president and necessarily they get a large supporters there. Then people in there among them, they feel intimidated. We see now, they yesterday also, when the council or the mayor don't take all in northerners, they say, make them go back. I think they can't build car park at the place there, so you don't destroy all their business there. So how about that? It's an empty layer with the talk. Someone who left this hypocrisy business. We go for point things as they are. If we not say things straight, we not go nowhere. It will bring problem because we see that. Not to one tribe dominant, like even if there are one tribe dominant at that part of the country, but we don't go victimize the minority we did it. This is not the happen at the other part of the country. Why they happening and that? So if we talk of negotiation, talk of peace, why we not go address anything there? Parliamentary when they talk of parliament, for me, I don't say on a campaign, they try for campaign, or they bring all of those benefits. All of it. They're not talking about the people. They did the last parliament. Look at all of them laws that they passed there. They increase their own money. As people in the struggle, as I'm telling you, the economy today, the money I've been telling you the last the dollar, the candle. Now they go up again because they just make them because of the election. You see, things are tough. If you say the session of community, not for come in, not for can dictate and this. How are we going to survive? These are donor country. So people they understand, but some of the brothers them when they at the media, then just they say things because they say because this is APC, this is no could pull this two party side, this color stuff up and from we say. What could look at the reality today? You look at what they happen if it is feasible or if there's something way good for any part of some certain people and bad for other people. This election. People condemn. When they see the fraud into the election, when they watch out, when they see things how it happen, ballot boxes and stuff. So it's like credible. So Moku's find a way for seeing how best we move forward with the credibility. Moku become transparent, my brother. Thank you very much once again. I just want for all members again, please. Moku not forget, like I said, display some of them things there, and people go follow, and from time to time, some of you will reflect to mind into them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ahmed. Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
You mean me, sir?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much. All I do, this is from the Situation Room after a long silence. But nevertheless, I always be on board AAA. All the votes Castada leaf, Petete leaf, and all that they are always there with una. I only one come sharply we talk in-house talk. Let we talk in-house talk. Most of the times I always want for participate as a listener. Anything where anybody don't talk, and then they come again for talk the same thing. And then they do one, because then I just a waste of time. What I want for admonish in this very forum is that I know they enjoy the tempo, the fact that we talk of solution this period, but I they see anger, the people with the vent anger in this forum. I not think say this time round now the time this way for the still because all what you they talk so we don't they talk over the past and all yield any good fruit. Now with the talk of solution at this precarious period, this time is very very delicate in our democracy. But it just like I say, we were they contribute in this program. We only see, I mean, where the country they go or where we democracy they go. To start with, if people they know, if people they follow Sierra Leone trend, APC then get fine of 2 million where they for pay ECSL for non-compliance. They may get for make a case submission at court, but just when they don't they say they I mean judiciary, I mean they're not honest and all these, then boycott. They not go. ECSL go, and then the judgment get for them. I mean they get for rule out. I mean when they call against them, and then pay they get for calculate a fine of 2 million where they for pay to ECSL. Now let me say this: people, because we are all elites, and they see say we they talk say problem na Sierra Leone ECSL cause them, and then they sit down complacently without I mean doing nothing. No. I want to advise we say ECSL say na a very very controversial situation with the country they own, and as the figure as they play the most pivotal role. ECSL go only see on just like this very case where they ready for go attend with a APC when they report, then APC turn again, they not go again. See, ECSL go. They are dealing with APC logical, I mean, or you can call it tactful way they call. Now, the call result, yeah, and according to we books, when you're not happy with any a provision of what they call go to court. But if we say we are the country, we get we country, then we say we know they go na the judiciary. Now who say next for go? Who say next? So it means it will be at variance. There is no solution. I want admonish myself say APC not they do the right thing. And like where a lady, a second lady, or so before me, it get for actually a cry this IB Kargbo, honorable IB Kargbo. I don't follow IB Kargbo in contributions to Parliament. He's an elderly man, and he's really a statesman. But I'm telling you, most trouble now. I mean, anybody will disagree with me, and you get right to you. Just like a triple K always say, anybody get right to your opinion. That is my view. IB Kargbo, as you know, by look of things, IB Kargbo supposed for born Boku of the like even the honorable Timbo, IB Kargbo supposed for born now. But for IB Kargbo go there in the midst of, I mean, youngster, and then IB Kargbo they play the role of a statesman, where the statesman, an elderly man. Then they endorse this statement of this lady where he say. Now Aneskoma, he talks, he say he visit Aneskoma. I listen now. Then Aneskoma tell and say, "Let us and talk over it." You see, so nothing way for talk. But if anybody, if the matter, I'd listen again to Mohamed Bangura. Mohamed Bangura say, they ask him. They say, you say, they go or they go, they appear, they go for the swearing in or whatever. Mohamed Bangura in comment was that APC then get one decision where always they consult. Then something like 2-3 few then start for propel the fact we are not going, we're not there. It's not good. It's not really good. Because Mohamed Bangra was trying to say, at least they are MPs and supposed for, gather them and then come with one, a formula. But the formula all now only maybe 2-3 people. Now they start to say we are not going, then majority follow. It's not good. It's not good in a democracy. So for to say, Conan, cause the problem and this, because if people don't go to let people go to court, and Conan will appear. I know it. He will appear to go to and defend. But if you not go court, if you carry me go to not go, I go sit down quiet like that's how the thing they happen. I hope say I not go on exhaust my time. But to be honest, the whole thing not good, not good on the side of the APC. For they talk this and later on then they change them. Talk this thing later on then change them. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much from the Situation Room.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anna from the Situation Room. Now, possibly don't follow you for the longest, but it be lost for small. Yes, caller.
Hello, Triple. How do you do, pa?
Good. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God bless we. You know, what you will say, this way, Pamadon to rain and white slapper. I have a book and I so no more the Pamadi spread. You will get you lapa na you no more get for full and fine. If in our text, you put it inside our text or Clorox, you soak up for a long time and see if you're able for clean up. Would I get for take this white lapaya? And His Excellency President right now. Let it suck it up. Me, I want let it reach out to the former presidents and let the former president call all the APC members. Then we know see that why then go able for, because I'm telling you, the status with the country they so it just sound like we the men so foot you just the pick at the surface. You know men it saw inside. Believe me, it not go look pretty for the current government now, and it go make them become ungovernable. So me at the appeal to His Excellency President Bio, I know say they listen. I know say get people who they listen. So we who they made them comment there. Some of who know they did, but we get family members in the, we get loved ones in the. We love the interest of the country. If it's unstable, believe me, I go don't answer sleep fine. From the time with this election done, triple, I'm able for sleep. I gave me complete normal sleep. Because anytime I wake up, grab, I remember about salon. Begin buy phone card, they call people and they check on them. How did they do? How they sleep? You know, because we are more worried than how then they worry over there. I'm telling you, because when something happens, it is us that are having the pinch now. No matter what, we they feel up. No matter what, we they feel up. No matter what, we they go through pain. So one person get for beer. President Bio, you want to enjoy this you last 5 years for make a mark. Make the mark. Extend your hands. Say, you know what thing? La come off with somebody today, but la drive to go Makeni. La go na president, former by command with us. I say, Palo get tea, but drink tea. Let do one bar for one day. Believe in me, you go see all the tempo they call. Salomon will go say, okay, let's move on. This should not happen. We know say, if in our legacy day, Bio one legacy day. May it do one. You know, sometimes it get for suck it up, and sometimes it get for talk too. It get for speak up. You cannot say everything so far where it don't happen. It not talk, but waiting at people and cry. You know, and so then thing and day, if you want for making 100 days look governable, 100 days look pretty, let it use this in 100 days of in office. Let it make sure see it reach to hands to the people them na in other side and say no thing, let's come together, let's develop Mama Salon. Because no matter what, Tripoli, we need the international community. In many things, we need them. Salon, we're not strong rates, not like Kenya. We then strong, we don't need more. You know, and most of the other African countries, they will say yes, they were the well to do. They can take care of themselves. But for Salon, we cannot do everything by ourselves. We need the international community for let the help with. Thank you very much, Tripoli.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. All right, we're done for today. Yeah? I still believe, say, the APC, the seek mediation. That I waiting me believe. With all the way when they talk, I still believe, say, then they seek mediation. Would have for step up for Duam? Well, we see Usai, Professor Alhaji Umar Injai. He said, telling the people to move on without healing is like telling them to accept wrongful acts. A lot of winners, even with platform, we they preach peace. That's what we preach every day, daily. We need time for that. ECSL, they say IRF form. ECSL tawa for pull IRF form. How now do una addition and una subtraction? Then tawa. Then tawa. How? Now you get all this so. Now you get all this. How? Oh, I not be yourself, Murray. Sorry, yo. You know, you know my left here. Then tawa. But if we able, this talking, not for the rich side or rich Joseph. Mary, what you for now? Seriously. You know for the rich side or rich so.
Has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Wait, yeah. I call you. I not be see miss school.
Hello?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
This is More Musa.
Yes.
What do you want for say about this whole situation? We all want peace. Honestly, we all want peace. We want for peace in our country. But Africa, and Salon to be precise, if we not learn for let the right thing happen, we not go ever get this peace where they preach. Before ever you talk about moving forward, before ever you talk about peace, you go for first of all address the situation. We don't get with big one then, especially the presidents them. People in the country just they do things out of impunity. And go ahead, no more do after that na settlement. And we can't keep managing the situations like that. Honestly, in as much me no go want for APC, well, APC honestly, if genuinely then they do them for not for personal issue, now for address the entire situation, then get right for at least stay away. Then let the entire world they see waiting to go on. If possible, say if we start some na salon, it will continue everywhere. Let us not start this. Our law manager go before. All man before election, the car ECSL they do wrong. Nobody not stop ECSL. Election process they go on. ECSL just they go manufacture numbers for themselves. Say them call. Nobody not all ECSL accountable. Now people they want for the other parties they just accept for go before in the name of peace. That is not peace. Not a peace we really want. If we really want peace in our country, we get for first of all start for all people that are responsible. ECSL will not make the mistake. Then for force them first, let them provide this. If you get for cost we back for now, we do everything. We have to do it. But until we try for do the right thing, for say law manage law go before no more, it don't happen done. That continuously it don't happen done. Tomorrow if the SLPP can another party can the same thing therefore continue. It don't happen done, it don't happen done. Let them start for all people responsible. Then after that, where then we don't set one example going forward, anybody where they can now, it not go tower for they do some of the nonsense. Then they let will not always continue for they accept the wrong thing. Hey, law manage no more law go. We want peace. We don't want peace because what they do so is not peace. How then one they also go sit down, for example, if they don't disadvantage, then say SLPP then say na power, say other party get for comeback. At the end of the day, now this same go happen, and it go even happen worse than this. And with the local one, there we go just stay no more, and we left for case God. Sometimes and they for change is not something where na free. Sometimes they change, they take lives, at times change, they cause a whole lot of problems. But we need to start somewhere. Then overseas country, for example, Donald Trump. People they say, hey, America image, let them not do. The first way them go, impeachment. It not be ever happen in America, but then do them. Go on, then charge Donald Trump. Then go do criminal screening on them. So all those things now for say, no matter how powerful you are, the system big pass you. Donald Trump right now, understand on day whether he win the case tomorrow or not, for the fact say, then go do that fingerprint on them as an ex-president, where he been the see himself so much powerful past everybody. Now look who say it. Now you not even knowing fit. Those things we need for Lana and the international community will Abupa. They will not come to help us as long we not to threat to the young citizens, as long we not to threat to the young country. Then go to watch we so that they laugh with. In fact, we work in our country. What thing they go do? We don't employ them because they can't as United Nations observers for can't help for peacekeeping or any other thing. But we have to set example before we talk say going forward. The mistake will not happen from the ECSL need to be corrected before go forward. We not talk for APC, but at the talk in general. Until we learn to address the reality, we no go ever go before. We no go ever the piece of the talk. We no go ever get up. Thank you very much.
Hey, Pio, this 1 minute to argue, and I don't reach 4 minutes. So go no more.
Sorry, sir.
All right, thank you. Hey, Salon, APC, SLPP, Salon peace, Salon not to peace. Hey, the other day before, if they want to solve this problem, one green day they solve. President Bill, Dr. Samura Kamara, ECSL, we the people safe. Because for more than that, they do the kind of more they can chiggly. Not so peace we want, now peace we want, now for move on, no not for move on. We follow move on, not so fine. One speed for move on. The IRF from 9. ECSL Pulano. Wait, is it so hard for ECSL for show we out and do the calculation? Or na part of secrecy enough for mix? Yeah? Because if APC wrong, if APC they behave this way, then they behave where they no get right for behave that way they, and then they claim say na ECSL just hope you do not fling the paper and do lock you do not back. Let them pick them. But one thing I know, dialogue. Then why they look for person for talk for them? Eh? They no left so. APC, na bad people them APC, they know how to do this It's na ECSL they want give bad name. Or ECSL you should pull the bad name. Give them what they want. But look like say we all like the drama. Well. We need to move on. That is true. We not to just keep ourselves in this situation. No. The government for saying don't move on. No. Me you sabi that. Now Parliament they can go sit down, so they don't move on. Yeah. Something what me you they see thinking to say day before, not saying then they see. Then they see cloud. Bright sunny day, and then they see no fog. Say you they see less than how many miles. That's why President Bill said with man go and jump. But we need to move past this. By way man, we all man for do the right thing. If na ECSL wrong, we put some padency now wrong. If na bad name APC wangi ECSL where ECSL don't put and say una the same thing. I make all tell them boom. Now na name the kind so give them their own. Then we all just move. But ECSL, like then they safety they see, where they read the council of results. Where she only can 1 2. He say in go find time for take question and answer and engage the media. Now go so. Ni see. Alright. I make always this administration be the tell we say, hey, 90% na them pay for the election. So then Pumu they not get face for say. In fact, if they be pay safe, they not get nothing for talk. The Commonwealth letter will read today what he say. Say they want to tell the people of Sierra Leone thank you. Initial statement say it was peaceful. So congratulations, don't go. I don't know why people they doubt then later than they. So you think an administration go fake something like that? I don't know, man. Sometimes I wonder. I for let you know how the world they are. Right. Ben to say we politics na salon. Not to for do the right thing, not to dando udeba. Must this say this na cultural thing we need for change. Ego too much. Alright. No, seriously though, if the powers that be want for solve this tomorrow, trust me, they solve. But some man thinks say then a high horse enough for candle. And I done day now don't they pass so. Let God help me. Go there back tomorrow, yeah?